Devin Haney's got to be the most frustrating boxer in all of boxing. I mean, he is such a talented boxer. I mean, just look at this resume. Look at who he's beat. These are champions. A lot of these are champions with more than one belt. And he's still incredibly frustrating to watch. And it's not the Floyd Mayweather frustrating where it's like, oh wow, he's just that much better than everybody else. No, the fact is, Devin Haney doesn't do enough. He fights safe and he fights scared. It is the most ridiculous thing I have ever seen. Now, he defeated Brian Norman Jr. via unanimous decision. If anyone here has watched the channel for more than 2 seconds, they'll realize that I was pulling for Brian Norman so hard just for the simple fact that I don't like Devin Haney. I don't enjoy watching him fight. I don't think he's a bad boxer per se. I think his head is just in the complete wrong spots as a boxer. And I'm going to explain all of why in a minute. But it starts in that second round. So first of all, Brian Norman Jr. comes out in the first round, looks really, really good. Like, okay, I'm going to put Devin Haney on the back foot, and I'm going to find that big shot. There was a point where he snapped Devin Haney's head back, and I was like, ooh, can't take too many of those. That's going to be a problem. Devin Haney said, hey, I ain't sweating it. Big shot in round two. Left hook, the check left was the story for the whole night. The left hook really stunned Brian Norman, and then he comes over and he's like, okay, I got this, and he puts him down. Crazy. Absolutely crazy. And I'm like, wow, he's got that super hard picture where he's looking down at him and all that, and it's like, okay. And then he comes out after the knockdown, and he's like, okay, got about a minute left, let's go ahead and get him out of here. Tries to get him out of here in the second round. That would have been great for Devin Haney's image. Would have been fantastic. Instead, after that second round gets out of there, Devin Haney comes into the third round. I was like, okay, maybe I can finish it. Let's see what his legs are like. And his legs were still there. If it wasn't for Brian Norman getting knocked down and getting in his head against a Devin Haney might have lost that fight. Because Devin Haney proceeded to let Brian Norman back into this fight. Now, Brian Norman couldn't quite find all of the shots that he needed to. No, he didn't. But that being said, that's because Norman also was a little timid. His first time fighting a mega fighter like Devin Haney. Let's be honest, Devin Haney is cream of the crop in boxing today. He's one of the best boxers America has to offer. But then he just gets to his same old antics. The same thing every fight. I'm going to stay on the back foot. I'm going to exchange on my terms. And I'm going to, beat you. Ridiculous. Clinch. After clinch, after clinch, after clinch. And Devin Haney wonders why we don't like him. He wonders. But it should be a no-brainer. We don't like you, bro, because you don't fight. You're very, and it's not the fact, oh, you don't fight, you're a defensive boxer. I like Shakur Stevenson because of that. I don't like Devin Haney because he's got an incredible jab. He can hurt people, and he chooses not to. He chooses not to. I'm here to be entertained. I want you to entertain me. I am not entertained by people that clinch to be safe. And we're not enforcing the excessive clinching rules, so you can take advantage of it. And Devin Haney does. Now, the onus does go to Brian Norman on having to have something for Devin Haney. Okay, you're looking for the big left hook that Ryan Garcia caught him with? Good luck. That's Ryan Garcia. And he's on all the steroids you can imagine. You've got to find your big punches. And the onus is on him for making something happen. We know what Devin Haney is going to bring to the table. And it's not much. Hard to hit, sure. But if you can, Devin Haney's going to counterpunch you over the top. He's going to look for that check hook. But if you can draw that out, he's often out of position. His feet cross fairly often. That's how Ryan Garcia took advantage of him. Garcia's feinting and taunting and just getting in his head and bothering him the entire time. Norman did none of that. Every time Norman looked like he was going to go, Devin Haney knew, hey, Brian Norman's about to punch. I can either clinch or exit or counter. That check hook, again, money all night. You can't come with this one-dimensional approach for Devin Haney. It's how Lomachenko had success. Regis Prograis could not have success with it. Kambosos didn't have success with it because none of these guys are believable. Lomachenko and Ryan Garcia are. Now, oh, yeah, those are really good boxers. Yeah, sure. You know, Ryan Garcia's not that good of a boxer. We saw him lose to Rolly Romero convincingly. I mean, again, the Rolly Romero's like one quality win away from being a Hall of Famer. Ugh. The fighters that give Haney problem are the Ryan Garcias, more athletic, or the Lomachenkos, smarter. And again, like, you know, we might see a rematch with Ryan Garcia at 147, maybe, but I don't know. You look at like Liam Perro and Jack Catterall, you're like, nobody beats him. The only fight really is Ryan Garcia at 147. You got Teofimo Lopez and Shakur about to fight. Devin Haney is just, he's so good, man. He is. He's so good. It's so frustrating because it's like, he's very clearly a good boxer. He's very talented, and he's a very smart boxer. He's a very smart boxer. But he refuses to use those skills to entertain. And we're here to be entertained. Oh, no, you got to fight right fights. No. He's paid off of ticket and pay-per-view sales. Those sales are in contingency of you entertain me. That sounds entitled. It does, sure, and it is. But if I'm giving you cold hard cash, you better do what I want because I'm your employer. Straight up. Nobody wants to see a clinch fest. Nobody likes boring fighters. Stop being boring. That's all there is to it. Before we get into the episode, like and subscribe. Also, Discord, Substack, MMA channel, all in the description. But enough about Haney. I mean, I don't know, man. The main event, maybe Canelo and Dmitry Bivol are ducking David Benavidez. Oh my gosh, dude. He destroyed Anthony Yarde. 7th round knockout, and it wasn't even close. Like, this dude, what is he built out of? He's incredible. I mean, he is absolutely phenomenal, whatever he is. David Benavidez, boy, like, that dude is crazy. Anthony Yarde had nothing for him. David Benavidez, like, it was nothing he could have done. You could have given Anthony Yarde a baseball bat and a head start, and he was not going to beat David Benavidez on the night. There's no way. You could have given him a taser and 2 free shots, and he wasn't going to beat David Benavidez. I don't know how else you want me to say it. Like, it wasn't even close. And they made that the main event over Haney versus Norman, which was whack. Ugh. But, you know, David Benavidez did eat great shots. He looked good. As far as David Benavidez goes, he has some technical issues that I don't quite like, but like, when does that not matter? Like, you look at fighters like, you know, Ben Whittaker, like, it doesn't matter when somebody's like actually better than you, but like, there's been nobody better than David Benavidez. Like, he beat up Caleb Plant. He beat up Anthony Yarde just now. He's trying to hunt down a big payday fight. Nobody wants him. Canelo don't want him. Bivol don't want him. Beterbiev might want him, but we don't know. His footwork's horrible. But, like, the brain-dead game plan of Anthony Yarde is, let me keep going back to the ropes here. Not even trying to rope-a-dope like Muhammad Ali. And you're just not even the type of fighter you want to rope-a-dope against. Not a big bad puncher. He's just a volume puncher that really just breaks your will to live. You gonna put yourself on the ropes there? That's your funeral. Anthony Yarde, you're digging a box 6 foot deep for him now because of it. It's crazy because, like, Benavidez, he'll come out and he'll look like he's having a traditional boxing, but eventually his hips just square up, like he's just standing square with you. And that's going to lend to you, like, getting hit hard over time, but, like, he doesn't stop him. You know, like, Yarde landed some okay shots. David Benavidez said, "What shots? Where they at?" Dude was chopped from the beginning, man. Chopped like his haircut. It was horrible. Oh, man. But I do, like, it's weird because those mechanics, like, lend to more power, but it does put you in worse situations for a fighter that is more mobile and can draw feints out. You often get yourself out of more position. But David Benavidez also, like, feeds off of that because he's not the one with 100% power in everything he does. You know, the shot, the left that did catch Yarde was the one that was, like, heavy. But, like, he threw 4 or 5 shots before that. You know? So, it's hard to glean too much from this fight. Because Anthony Yarde is an okay boxer. He's not a great boxer. He's not a Bivol or Beterbiev. And that's who we really need to see him tested against. But, like, Bivol probably beats him. But Bivol wants to go up to cruiserweight, I heard. So it's like, man, yeah, I want to see Bivol versus Benavidez. That's the fight to make. But if Bivol's chasing greatness and going for a second belt and not going down to 168, thank God, that's probably a good thing for him. But also, we're missing out on the fight. So that leaves, like, Artur Beterbiev for David Benavidez, and that's a fun fight. And the whole squared up mechanics kind of works for Beterbiev in that favor, because, like, I'm going to hit you heavy. Okay, hit me heavy then. You square it up, let's do it. And, if Beterbiev lands and throws the volume, like, could you imagine the volume in that kind of a fight? I think the Bivol fight's harder for him because of the volume and the in and out motion and the footwork of Dmitry Bivol. Same exact thing that, Beterbiev did. But I just have a hard time seeing him losing to anybody else but those two. He can go up to light heavy, or to cruiserweight, I should say. Fight Jai Opataya? Like, okay. Might get cooked, might not. Yeah. Anyways. Before that, Bam Rodriguez destroyed Fernando Martinez via round 10 TKO, and it was just a styling after that. Fernando Martinez, former champion, completely outmatched, we know Jesse Rodriguez's footwork is just incredible. And Martinez was looking for answers that, quite frankly, weren't there. And when you're outmatched by somebody, it's like, man, there's not much I can do. And wasn't much Martinez could do. Now, there were points in time where, Jesse Rodriguez would get hit with a hard shot, and lucky for him, his chin's still very, very good. But that does worry me when, like, he fights heavier hitters, especially once he starts ascending up the weight class. They're already talking about him fighting Inoue, which is 2 weight classes above. It's like, shut up. Like, first of all, let's tangent that for a second. They were like, oh, Terrence Crawford went up and fought Canelo from 154. And they want him to go up from 115 to 126. It's a way bigger difference when you're moving up in the smaller weight classes like that, which is why boxing has the smaller increments. But still, way bigger difference. So, like, get that talk out of your head. Maybe Junto Nakatani, sure, but Inoue is just way too big for him at this point. I can see him making it eventually, sure. But no, like, they were arguing over this on the broadcast. It was really, really, really stupid. And, like, Bam's still getting caught a lot. Like, what happens when he fights an Inoue who catches people a lot and puts their lights out? Like, Inoue's incredible. Like, there's Takuma Inoue and Tenshin Nasukawa. Like, I fully believe Bam beats both of them, and they're fighting. They fought this morning for a world title. So I'm watching, and I'm just. It's very clear Fernando Martinez just doesn't have anything for it. And in the 10th round, they're talking about him, Bam Rodriguez, needing to get a finish. And he starts to, kind of get on the back foot and circling, and you see Fernando Martinez kind of just lunging and getting out of position and just looking for something big because he's frustrated. He can't hit this guy clean that often. And when he does, like, Jesse Rodriguez just, like, laughs it off. So Bam's like, all right, I got you, bro. Gets him to overextend on one punch, and then, boom. Big shot over the top. That was it. Lights out. Great performance from him. And then also on this card, Abdullah Mason and Sam Note went to a war of a unanimous decision, making Abdullah Mason a world champion. I think he'll move up a weight class after this. I haven't watched this fight, so I've got to catch up on this. We'll probably talk about that later. Maybe in the lead up to one of his next fights. But so Barn Burning, you need to go watch that immediately. But overall, like, Ring 4 was a good card. I like these supercards being put together. It means less boxing in the meantime, because each of these should have been a main event in the old style. But this is different, so fresh air, and you can enjoy it for a little bit longer. So that was fun. I enjoyed it, and I think we need more of this in the future.